Hello again, everyone. Welcome to our trending topics class. So great to have you along. I am Shayna, one of the dietitians. And as you can see, today is really being taken over by the pink and green, okay? We have a wickedly good time ahead for you. And so on that note, I am going to start us off with a question, okay? Because today we are going to be talking about boards that defy gravity. And I'm curious out there, who knows what I am talking about, all right? So let me pull up my poll question here for you. And here is the question. Have you seen the popular movie that defies gravity? Yes, you're ready for the release of the second one, which is coming up soon. No, or some of you might be like, I have no idea what you're talking about right now. So I'm very curious. That's what we say here. Right now, it's all over the place. I'll give you another couple seconds to respond. If you're in that boat of not knowing what I'm talking about, don't worry, I will explain. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. Share the results. Like I said, we're a little all over the place here today, and that is completely all right. A lot of you know what I'm talking about, or you do, and you've seen the movie, maybe not. Some of you are like, Shayna, what is going on today? So let me tell you what's going on today, all right? We are making a board to celebrate the release of a new movie that is coming out tomorrow. That movie being all about things that are pink and green and wickedly good, okay? So if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Number 2 comes out tomorrow. I know that I personally am really excited. So the idea today is to celebrate that movie coming out with some things that we have in our stores. And if you're like, I still don't really get it, or I haven't seen the movie, or it's not your cup of tea, don't worry. Okay. My hope is that despite your like or dislike for the movie, that you still learn about a lot of different products that we have in the stores, maybe some that you haven't seen before and why they could be fun to incorporate into your day. Or maybe you just learned some basics about building a board, okay? Last week I was on and we made a Thanksgiving app board. So if you missed that, definitely go back to our YouTube channel and watch that one. But we are going to be reviewing a little bit of that information today. As you can see here in our agenda, we're going to talk about why should we build a board? Like, who cares? Why are we doing it? And then we're going to get into today's board and building it, of course. Okay. So fun stuff ahead here. But to tackle that foundation of, why build a board? I mentioned this last week that it is an evolving trend. Okay. Charcuterie boards have been around for a while, but usually they used to only include things like cured meats and cheeses and some other things like crackers. But they have evolved so much during this trend that now people make them for anything and everything. Like I said last week, we made one for Thanksgiving. Today we are making one in celebration of a movie. So they're very versatile. They can be used for a snack or even turned into a meal, really. And you can theme them like we're doing today for a movie night or a holiday, some type of celebration. But it's meant to be a really fun and engaging piece on the table, a conversation piece, if you will. Get the family involved, whether that be with planning it out or shopping for it or actually building it, because anyone can build a board. Okay. That is what I'm here to say, that I will be your ultimate cheerleader when it comes to building a board. Anybody can do it. So don't let it intimidate you. It can be as big and wild as you want to as simple as you want. I tend to be big and wild, but that's just my nature when it comes to food. So, but you can do it at any level. Okay. So why else do we want to build a board? In the way of nutrition, here we are in a dietitian class. Why are we building a board? And that is, boards could potentially help fill some nutrient gaps, okay? Sometimes at meals, we miss important items like fruits and vegetables, and oftentimes boards feature these things. So we have them on the board, and it's a fun way, especially for kids, to eat those things, or even adults to get in those nutrients that you may have missed especially vitamins, minerals, even protein, fiber, and some healthy fats. So we're going to capture all of that in our board today, okay? Today's board, like I keep saying, is a movie celebration, and we are going to showcase all things green and all things pink. So, let me ask my next poll question here, and that is, which team are you on? Are you on team pink? Are you on team green? And whether or not you know the movie, it doesn't matter. Just what's your favorite color? I know that might seem a little elementary, but what's your favorite color? Or if you do know the movie, maybe you would associate it to one of the characters, whether it be the good witch, the pink, or the bad witch, the green. I tried to sound like the good witch there. I don't know if it came across, but I can't decide sometimes. So as you can see, I'm trying to channel both today in my outfit with my pink and my green, my glasses, my hair, a little bit of it all. I even dug out my daughter's very glittery lip gloss. Probably can't see that, but it is there. If I had to choose, I would say that I am team pink. I love pink. Why not? Yes, I'm a girly girl like that. But you guys voted team green. That's great. We've got lots of green today. We've got a lot of pink too. I thought that I was going to have trouble finding pink things, but I did not. So we got a lot to show today, okay? So on that note, let's go ahead and get building this board, all right? I'm going to stop sharing my screen here and turn this video off and bring the other video to life here. Just a minute. All right, right now you should be seeing my board display over here. Yeah. So as you can see here with my board, I have two things. I have a board and I have a cake stand for a couple of reasons. Number one, I bought so much stuff for today that I don't know that I'm gonna have enough room on the board. So I collect cake stands. I love them. I have that out here for us to decorate too. I see a note in chat about my mic. I do apologize. Everything is muted on my phone, so I'm not too sure what is going on with the mic. So bear with me if you hear a bit of an echo, but my phone is not on actually. But anywho, I have too much to just do a board or just do the cake stand, so we might move into both with them today. We will see, okay? So first things first, you can see here we have some lovely flowers. We do have some items in our store right now promoting the release of this movie. Number one being the flowers. They come in a beautiful display with this fun little tag in them. This is double-sided, so if you are team pink, we can be pink. Or if you are team green, since that's what you guys voted on, we will stick to the green here. So fun flowers there. We also have cupcakes. So we will be showcasing them on our board too. Okay, so fun things that you can pick up in our store that is branded and ready to go. If you didn't want to go the board direction, you could do this. All right. So let's go ahead and dig into this here, okay? So before we start pulling out some products, I want to show you guys some fresh items that I already have cut up. So, whoops, sorry. I already have a bunch of things already cut up for us. So if you're wondering, like, where did she pull those out from? I will explain these items as we go, but we will be working with some of those. But also, before we actually start putting more things on our board, I wanted to show you guys how I'm going to cut up some other items that will be on our board, okay? So the first one here, this is a star fruit, okay? If you've never seen them before, typically you would buy these when they're very golden yellow, okay? But we do sometimes have them in the store when they're a little bit more on the underripe side, so they have that nice green hue. You can eat them underripe like this. They're going to have the consistency and the taste more like a very tart Granny Smith apple. So that is what we're going to go with today. Whenever you purchase these, the edges will be a little bit brown. That is normal and totally okay. This one is like the perfect star shape. You guys are going to see here when I cut into this how great these little slices of stars will be. Okay, cute. All right, these are going to be so fun on our board. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue slicing this. Sometimes I rotate it to make sure that my slices stay even. But when I saw that we had some green ones in store yesterday, I was like, oh, so perfect. Totally doing that. Okay. So we will keep cutting this. And almost done. These stars are going to be beautiful. If you've seen this movie before, you know that it is all things magical. So I feel like the stars play very well into that there. Okay. Now, another item that I have that we're going to cut and put on this board is a dragon fruit. So I wanted to leave it intact for you guys to see in case you had never seen one before. I've decided to include it in our board because of the beautiful pink hue on the outside. This is a snow dragon though, so whenever we cut into this, I'm just going to move the stars here for a moment. Whenever we cut into this, it is going to be white. There are fire dragons, which on the inside are more magenta. So you may have seen them in some popular drinks before, or we do carry them frozen in our stores. But as you can see here, this one is white on the inside, but that's totally okay. It's going to play well on our board still. I'm just going to keep this pink skin on it. The pink skin is not something that we eat though, so I am just going to leave it on for display purposes, but then cut this in half again, so that way you can eat it like this, all right? So I just wanted to show you guys that before we actually put it on the board. This is a beautiful dragon fruit. It's very pink on the outside. It's a pretty decent sized one too. So just finished slicing this here. And then we will cut them in half. You could leave them in the circles, but then your guests are going to be, struggling a bit to get that skin off. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and move those out. And we will cut these in half so then they are ready to go on our board. I will say, guys, like we are already obviously halfway through class, so today's class is probably going to go over a bit like last week. If you have to go, I totally understand, but I would rather give you the full experience of the board if you would like to stay. Okay? So we have that. We're going to move that to the side. And I just want to cut one more thing for you guys. I'm going to move some of these. Okay, last thing that I want to show you here are some basic cheese sticks. Okay, we are going to be making, hopefully, some brooms out of these cheese sticks. All right, the Bad Witch, of course, has a broom. So, what I'm going to do here for this is cut it into about thirds, like so. And then I am going to just do little cuts at the bottom to kind of fray it like a broom, okay, like that. You can make the cuts bigger if you want. I'm going to stick with that, maybe go a little further for now, like so, okay? And you'll see then how we will continue building these broomsticks as we go, all right? Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it now. So that way, if you do have to hop off later, you still will, okay? For the top of our broomstick, we have our pretzel stick. Bear with me, guys. I'm working all over my kitchen here. So I'm just going to carve a little bit of a hole here to get it started for us to put our pretzel in like that. Okay, so as you can see now, we have the start of our broom. You could leave it like that, or if you want to be a little extra, because why wouldn't you want to be? We have some chives. Okay, let me find a good one here. And we're going to take our chives and we will tie it around. Sorry, I still have pieces of dragon fruit all over me. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to carefully tie it around like that. Okay, and I would wait until you tie it to then kind of trim off the edges. Get my kitchen scissors over here. So we'll just do a little snip, and now we have our cute little broomstick, okay? So I'll make some more of these as we go along, but let's go ahead and start building our boards a bit more. All right, I'm already running out of room in my kitchen, guys. Okay, let's do this, okay? So let me think about what all I want to put on here next. What I think I'd like to do actually is to start with that dragon. Let me bring that back. And I'm going to go along the outside, this outside edge here with our dragon fruit. Okay, look how nice of a fun pop of color that is. I might not use it all here. I might only use some. Boards are a lot of trial and error and moving things around until you like how it looks. So I will probably do that several times, if not more. Okay, but we'll start with that there. Maybe one more piece. Okay, go to the outside edge of our board over there. Okay, let's get some other goodies in here. So I think here in the back, I also have some honeydew. I feel like honeydew is that melon on a tray that never gets any love, and it's going to get some love today. Okay, so let's just gonna cut this piece a little more. This is our pre-cut melon that you can get in our stores, especially with it not being super seasonal right now. I would say let us cut it for you so you know you have a good one. I'm gonna build that up over here. Okay, good. And we have some things that we will fill on these gaps. If you were with me last week, you know we'll cover this whole board, don't you worry. Okay, put that there. Now, we do have some veggies to work with today, so I have some dips to go with them. So the first one that I have is the Ithaca hummus lemon beet. If you hang out with Jenna and I on Coffee Chat, we show this Ithaca hummus a lot. Look how beautiful and pink that is. So this will be a great thing to dip veggies in. I'm just going to leave it in this container too. Okay, so I think I'm going to just notch that in. I'm going to turn it around so you can kind of see. I'm going to notch that in right there like that. I already am unsure about this dragon fruit over here, but we shall see. Okay, push that in there like that. Okay, cool, good. Now, I also have another dip. Okay, if we're not hummus fans for our veggies, I have avocado green goddess from Boathouse Farms. This is a yogurt-based dip, so it's going to be lower in calories and fat than your average creamy dip or dressing, whether you're using it for a dip or an actual salad. Thought I would go with the green goddess for our vibe here, right? Because the bag witch is kind of like a green goddess, I would say. So I have a container here. You could leave it in that if you wanted, but we'll put it in here. Okay, just whip up the sides. I think I might actually, we'll see. I'll put it down here so we can see it a bit better. All right, down there like so. Now, what are some of those veggies that we have to go with that? Let me pull my board back over here. I've got so much, okay? I have a board of veggies, guys, right? So let me get some of these green peppers and some of the cucumbers here onto the board. Okay, we will pepper down. Okay, let's tuck some of these right in here, like so. Okay, yeah, I like that. We'll probably add some others in a bit. And then we also have some cucumbers. Let me show you guys the cucumbers that I picked up. These are the mini cucumbers, okay? So you could cut these in circles, however you want to do it. I decided to kind of cut them into the shape of fries, very similar to our pepper, but I like to have different types of shapes going on. And I felt like if I cut them in circles, it was going to be very similar to some other circles that I had. So I think I'm going to lay these right over here for now. Okay. And let's see what else we have going on here in the way of our fruits and our veggies. Okay. We have some watermelon radish. Okay. This is how you would pick them up in our stores. They're in these nice bags here. As you can see, the whole radish, it kind of looks like a turnip. It has this pretty blush type hue on the outside. You just wash those off really good. And then you slice them. So I did leave these intact here like this. How beautiful is that color? They're going to taste pretty much like a radish, but I feel like you get that beautiful color on there too, which is great. So taking some more off my board here. Here's one that has like a bit of that green on the edge. So let's go ahead and build these kind of over here. Draw that eye to the pink on this side of the board. Okay, like so. Now, I'm going to take one of our cupcakes and nestle that in a while too. I feel like Team Green won. Let me see which one I like better. Green or do I like the pink? I like the green, I think. We'll see. That could be interchangeable. But I want to get one tucked in for now here. And then we'll put the other one up here. Okay. This could just be a whole board up here on its own after I'm done. All right. So we got those nestled in here. What else do we have that I want to get on here? Okay. Let's do, almost forgot because it was hiding behind my computer. We have some pink pineapple. Okay. This is the pink glow pineapple. I think I've talked about it in class before. It's a bit sweeter than your regular golden pineapple. Sometimes, especially during the holidays, we have them whole that you can pick up in our stores. Other times of the year, we have them pre-cut for you. As soon as I took off the lid, it just smells beautiful. Okay, like I said, sweeter, less acidic than your regular pineapple. And I am very excited to nestle this into our board as well. Okay, let's put this. Initially I was going to go here, but it's too much similar shape to the honeydew. So let's go over here with this. Okay. And I like that it's kind of like a different hue of the pink, bringing out that carnation that we have right behind it. Okay, good there. We might play around with some more of that in a moment. We have that going on. I have a surprise element that I'm trying to think about making room for, so bear with me there. Let's get, I have some broccoli washed and ready to go. You could just get broccoli and do it yourself, but let's open this. The broccoli is going to add some nice texture onto our board. So I think I'm actually going to nestle it in. I think I'm going to nestle it in right here. Oh, don't get my finger in there. Okay. Like I said, this is washed and ready to go. I need to get that there. Okay, good. Might do some more of that, but for now, we'll stick with just that there. Okay, got some broccoli. I feel like we might need a little more. Yeah, let's do a little more. That's a nice big piece of broccoli tucked in there. Okay, we got broccoli. Now, let's see what else we have. So I have two different types of bars for our board. And you might be like, what? But here they are. Okay, I've had them made good before. They're crispy squares. That's a favorite in my daughter's lunch. So that's a cool one. This one I have not had. This matcha vanilla one. Both of them great options. Okay, this one, as you can see, has 10 grams of plant protein in it. The pink one's less than protein, but it's a low calorie snack. Okay, it's a good one to pair with protein. So let's open those up and take a look at those. Okay. So here are the pink ones. Okay. We could leave it in that packaging, but I don't think we're going to. I think we're going to take it out. Okay. Here are the green ones. Although I don't know. I don't mind them in their packaging. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see what they look like. Okay. Oh. So here, this matcha vanilla one. That's kind of fun texture. Look at the back. It has the vanilla on it. Okay. We're going to nestle some of these in here. Okay. Here is the made good one. Okay. So let me think about where I want to put those. I kind of like the packaging of the pink, but then the green looks not right. So I know I'm rambling. Just give me time, guys. Give me time. I'm gonna keep these in their packaging. Okay, but now you know what they look like. So I'm deciding if I want to maybe tuck them in back here, or I might tuck them in up here. We'll see. Okay. Okay. For now, we're going to do that. Okay. We'll see what that looks like later. You just give me time. Okay. All right. I just want to show you guys what else I have and some other things here. Actually, no. I liked them down here, and that's what I'm going to do. We could be here all day, but we won't be. I'll wrap it up. Don't worry. Okay. But for now, I'm going to tuck those there. Okay. Move this over so you guys can see a bit. There we go. Perfect. Yes. Yes. I could change it. We'll see. Okay, moving on. What else do we have here? So, this is, of course, a movie night. So I have some popcorn. Okay. The Boom Chicka Pop. Sweet and salty, which I feel plays very well with the characters of the show. Okay. One's sweet, one's a little salty. So we're gonna put some popcorn on our board too. Okay. Gonna do some tucking of popcorn in here. Oh, popcorn on the floor. My dog will be happy. Okay. Tuck some popcorn in here like so. And I probably will do some more as we go along. And you're probably like, Sheena, what do you mean as we go along? Aren't we almost done? Kind of. Okay. We'll see. Okay, some popcorn over there. Let's do some popcorn over here. Okay. You can move back over. Okay. Popcorn. All right. We'll figure that out later, but we've got some popcorn. Okay. So some other filler items that I have here in the way of pink. This is strawberry vanilla chex. I discovered this at back to school time this year and absolutely love it. Okay, this is what it looks like. If you guys can see the pink pieces, they're like pink and glittery and oh so cute. Okay, so those are fun. Those are going to be a filler in there. What else do I have for filler for the green? I have some roasted edamame. When I started working at Giant, we talked about these all the time, and I feel like sometimes we forget about them. But As you can see here, really nice. They are sea salt, but still low sodium. Okay, on the back, they are a low sodium snack for a third of a cup, only 140 milligrams of sodium, 14 grams of protein. So if you're looking for a good on the go type snack, I feel like this is where it is at. Okay, as I said, I think this is going to be a good filler somewhere on the board. I'm just trying to show you guys what else I have, and then we'll do the surprise element and we'll finish up here, okay? Um, but we have the kiwi to work with and our stars. Although I would say I'm not super impressed with my kiwi at the moment, so we might not put that on. But I am going to tuck these, maybe put a star on the pink to kind of make the pink pop. Oh, I like that down there. Oh, that's fun. That is fun. Okay, so what else do I got? All right. I have seaweed. And you might be like, what? You have what? So here they are. They're the Gimme roasted seaweed packs. I have never tried it before. I've had seaweed on sushi. But they're kind of a trendy thing, these sheets of sushi to snack on like that. I thought it'd be kind of a fun texture to tuck in somewhere. They smell like seaweed. All right. So I'm going to ponder about where I'm going to put those. But okay, two things to show you to finish up the class, okay? And then I will make this board look pretty and we'll send out pictures and all of that. But I have two drinks to go with it, okay? Here are the recess drinks. I've showed them before, but I thought that the vibe of their packaging went beautifully with the movie. So over here we have the strawberry rosé. And over here we have the lime citrus. If you're not familiar with recess drinks, they are mood adaptogen sparkling waters. So just a fun little different sparkling water vibe. I'm gonna put those up there for now, like so. Okay, now let's finish this up with one more thing and then I'll let you guys go. And that is some salami, okay? We are going to make a salami rose to put onto our board. If you have seen these before, not sure how to make them, we're going to make one, okay? So let me get some of the salami out here. We're going to need a good bit of this package. I bought 2 packages in case I wanted to make more. So let me show you how this is going to go. What I have here is a wine glass. Okay, that's what I find works most well to do something like this. We take the salami and we need to fold it into our glass like so, okay? And then we are going to, hold on, I know you guys can't see at the moment, so let me move this over. Okay, here it is, don't mind my mess. Okay, so we press this into our wine glass, and then we're gonna keep going around, and see how I've overlapped that there, okay? We're gonna keep going around and adding more pieces in. Okay, so bear with me as I keep going with this. Okay. And like I said, you're going to use a bit of salami, but it's worth it. People will be like, oh my goodness, how did you do that? And you're going to be like, well, I learned from the dietitian. Who else, right? The dietitian class. Okay. Moving on, we'll keep going around. Okay, I apologize that the board's a little all over the place. I apologize that I'm a little all over the place, but I get like that sometimes when I'm making boards. But it will all come together and we will send a beautiful picture whenever it's fully done and I make up my mind. If these don't make it on the board, I think that they're still a fun snack to have on the side. Or if you didn't want to go all out and make the board, you could do something like them. All right, I'm going to keep going until I use this whole pack of salami here, which I'm almost done. So just bear with me, guys. Okay. Keep going. And then we're going to find a good home for this on our board. Okay. Almost done. We got 2 slices left. All right, and if you make this and you don't like how it looks, you can take it apart and start over again. Trust me, as you can tell with my board, I have done that before. All right, so now we're holding it here. You see it in there, kind of? Yeah. Now we're just gonna shimmy it out. Shimmying it out is the hard part. Okay, hold on. Here it goes. Ta-da! Oh, that one little petal. Every rose has its thorn, and that was it. Okay, there it is. Okay, and then you can find a place for this on your board, which I need to find a better place for it. And you can just like fan it out a bit. I don't know where I want mine yet, but you get the idea, yeah? Okay. All right, I'm just gonna tuck it here for now. We'll find a better home for that then. All right, and we'll fill it in with some other stuff. But as you can see, we went all things pink and green today. I will finish filling in these holes and placing my rose somewhere and probably spilling onto my kid's stand. But if you guys give me just a quick second here yet, I'm going to bring up my screen one more time to show you what is coming up next for the week. So tomorrow, Jenna and I will be on in the morning for a coffee chat at 9 a.m. talking all things Thanksgiving. So that will be fun because you know Jenna and I tend to have a difference of opinion on things at times. Not all the time, most of the time. So tune in for that. Monday, Charlotte will be back with Meal Solutions doing a fire to fork recipe. Tuesday, Jenna will be highlighting sweet potatoes in our produce spotlight class. And then Wednesday through Friday, the rest of that week, we will not have classes. So we wish you a happy Thanksgiving and we'll see you back in December. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there in case you're looking for those classes. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you take care. And at this time, I am going to stop the recording and see what questions we have. Okay, all right, thank you, everyone.